Today I am getting this funfetti pancake mix out of my pantry. I am so sick of looking at it and it expired in 2021. So we are going to get rid of this funfetti pancake mix forever and we're going to make some yummy bread. I also had this jar of sprinkles that I bought. It was on sale, $2.50 instead of $3. Thought I'd use it more for the girls and just didn't. So use those up too. For the recipe I'm making today, you'll need 1 ripe banana that you mash, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1 1/3 cup pancake mix, and I think you could use any pancake mix, 1 egg, 1/4 teaspoon almond extract, 1 1/2 cups of flour, a pinch of salt, and 1 1/3 cup of water. So as with most recipes, you're going to get your wet ingredients together first. I probably should have mashed the banana before I put everything else together, but I just wanted to get it all in. So there's the banana, you got your 1 egg. I never measure when I when I cook, so again, about a 1/4 teaspoon, just a drip or 2 of that almond extract really brought out the sweetness in this recipe. And then 1 1/3 cup of water. So there's your wet ingredients. I'm going to use a fork to mash up those bananas and get that all mixed together. And then just checking for lumps at this point, using my whisk to see how we're doing, just a couple little ones. And then we're really ready to put our dry ingredients together. So here is the box that I've been staring at for literally years since my husband put it in our cart. And of course I don't want the funfetti pancakes. Nobody wants me to make those. So we're going to use it up. Here is 1 cup. And there's the rest. I ended up actually doubling this recipe because I liked it. So I'm going to use more of that funfetti pancake mix to get it used up here too. And then here's our additional flour. And the rest of our dry ingredients. So just that 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And it calls for a pinch of salt. I started dumping it a little too fast, so you'll see that I pour it into my hand and then pour some of it back in. So just really a pinch of salt, that's good. And then mix it all together again. And as I mentioned, I think you could use any pancake batter for this that you like. The funfetti one has sprinkles in it, but I wanted it to be extra fancy, so I am using those extra sprinkles that I had up in my cabinet. Again, just trying to use some things up that are staring at me, asking to be used. So I just dumped maybe 1 1/2 tablespoons or so of extra sprinkles in here. And then just give it a little bit of a mix. And that's really all there is to it. Then all you need to do is get your loaf pan and get that sprayed or buttered so that it doesn't stick, and get it in the oven. Once you get these baked, it's about 35 minutes for that loaf, and then like I said, I did a second batch with the cupcakes. It took about maybe 15 minutes. So put those two together on the tray there to cool, and while they're cooling, I'm going to make a little bit of glaze to go on them. Now in my head, pancake mix should be more sweet, and when I tried some of it, I noticed that it really wasn't as sweet as I had expected. I think in my head I was thinking funfetti cake mix flavor, and really it was more that pancake flavor, so not as sweet because they expect you to put syrup on it. So I did decide to make the glaze, even though originally I wasn't planning to. And all you really need for this is a little bit of powdered sugar and just a splash of milk. I used about, I'd say, a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar and maybe 1 tablespoon of milk. And you can see the consistency here. It's still pretty thick, but it's not like a frosting. It's more of like a glaze that you can drizzle. Then you just put your bread on a plate or tray, whatever you're planning to serve it on would be my recommendation. And then I just drizzled this over the top. Again, it'll probably let this cool for about 10 or 15 minutes, so it is not piping hot out of the oven. If you put it on when it's piping hot, it will just melt and run straight down the sides of your bread. So I recommend giving it some time. And you can just drizzle it if you want it to look fancy. I wanted to make sure that there was glaze on all parts of the bread because, again, I noticed it was just not as sweet as I expected. So I just grabbed a spoon out of the drawer and used that to spread it around a little bit, or you could use a spatula, whatever you like. And again, you can do more or less glaze, or none at all if you prefer. My girls actually tried some of the little muffins before they were glazed, and they said they were great. So totally up to you and your taste. So here's the finished product. I thought it turned out pretty great, and now I don't have to look at that stinking box from my cupboard anymore. So say goodbye, because we're not going to be buying that ever again. Thanks again for watching this video, and give me a like and thumbs up or a comment if you try it. As always, take care. Bye.